This episode of Adventure Incorporated is brought to you by James and patrons like them. You can become a patron at patreon.com/adventureinc. Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your dungeon master, Anthony Reed. This is episode 116 and the 12th episode of The Path of Evocation. Just this past weekend, we had our very first live show. I'm sure it went really great. I have no idea because in preparation for the live show, I've already recorded this. However, if you came out and joined us, thank you so much. It's so important to us, and you really just... It's amazing that you managed to come out and see us. If you didn't come see us, that's okay. This will not be our last live show, unless it was really bad. If it was really bad, maybe it's our last. Who knows? I'm pretty sure this will not be our last live show, so just keep an eye and an ear out. We'll mention it here, we'll mention it on our social media, and that's where you can go to take a look. If you want to make stuff like this happen, the best way is for you to become a patron. Head on over to patreon.com/adventureinc and donate today. There's all kinds of great reward tiers. Our patrons are getting bonus content from when we were all together and recording, and I'm very excited about it. So head on over there, check that out. I don't think you will regret it. Anyway, let's get started.
Previously on Adventure Incorporated.
You are squeezed and pulled and crushed, and then there is nothing but red. The sky is like a crimson red.
Oh,
there are gouts of flame, lightning flashes across the sky. You see a large bubble of blue.
No.
And inside that bubble is a fortress, and there is a person, a red dragonborn, sitting lotus style on the floor. I am Baum.
Baum? What is this place?
This is the heart of the plane of evocation. A group of us, one that I led, called the Order of Pure Elements, stood against the power that came unchecked. I needed a better way, and I found my way here. And it is on this point, the point where this magic passes from one world to the other, that I was able to bring a calm. I would be curious to see this ritual that you have to shut it off. Follow me, and please, never mind my guest. And he walks through the door. Next to that is a cage made of copper, and in the cage is a Mind Flayer. Nobles and farmers, knights and wenches, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Keth, the fighter monk.
Guys, there's a lot of puppy in this cloak. I needed to say it.
What?
Genevera, the sorcerer.
Genevera, you're sitting there next to Clyde, who just goes, "What the fuck?"
I hold up my hand for a high five.
Gebetto, the rogue.
As soon as they see the five of you, their expression hardens.
Well, we'll see you later. And Gebetto just turns.
Gillick, the paladin warlock.
But you're dying again, right? Like, you die, then you get a spirit.
And you're nothing.
And then
you become nothing.
And then you're nothing. That sounds like bullshit. Let's go kill the Death Lord.
And Asher, the druid barbarian.
Yeah, but I'm asking specifically why Jeff is important to Asher.
It's just the first name. You know what? I don't have to justify this.
Prepare yourselves, for this is the tale of Adventure Incorporated. Let's get started.
Yay.
So you guys are still on the evocation plane.
Yes, everything's red and thunderstorm.
You've been led into your back room, and Baum is there, standing near a cage of a Mind Flayer.
A copper cage.
A copper cage of a mind flavor.
The Mind Flayer from inside the cage, just its tentacles, mouth tentacles, sort of like wiggle, and you hear like a.
I don't mean to ask a lot of questions.
But here goes.
Yeah, buckle up, Baum. Why do you have that guy in a cage?
Yes. He came to try and stop me from dampening this place. And I was not prepared to allow that to happen. But this creature is a creature of magic, a creature of control. And I did not think it was right to destroy him either.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask? Your guest a question as well?
You can certainly try.
And Gebetto's going to point at it and cast message.
Okay.
And basically just ask, hey, when we leave here, are you going to be able to get out of that?
The response you get back is a louder...
Anthony, I have a question.
Yes.
Do I consider this creature like a Shadow Lord kind of thing? Like, does this seem familiar to me?
No, this does not seem connected with the Shadow Lord.
Okay, all right. Can I make... What do I have for skills? Hang on. Can I make it... Can I make a religion check to see what deities a Mind Flayer would be associated with?
Sure, make a religion check.
20.
Your best guess, due to their connection to the planes of magic, is that if they were associated with anyone, it would be Caliesto.
Caliesto. Okay.
Hey, the reason I was asking all those questions, Baum, asking any questions, is we have met these guys before in our planar travels. The last time we interacted with one, he was really pretty clear about, or it was really clear about, like, what their role is in the whole cosmology here. Essentially, being the keepers of the magic on all of the planes. And the one that we met in necromancy spoke a lot of common. So I was kind of just curious about what his take might be.
No, I believe you are mistaken. I do not believe any of these creatures are capable of speaking common. What they are capable of doing is speaking to your mind.
Oh boy. Ooh.
They are able to psychically reach inside of you. And so you hear the language that you know. But it is not the language they speak. The cage that I have built here for this creature keeps it from being able to reach into your mind.
Oh.
Huh. Okay. The question I asked it was, is it going to be able to get out of that cage once we're gone? The reason that's important to me is because eventually, I think, looking at the rest of the group, I think I'm going to speak for everybody here and say that we would one day like to turn magic access back on.
Asher nods.
And I feel like these guys are going to be, important for that.
The role that the Mind Flayers play, the dissemination of magical energy, the the connection they share that allows them to pass that magical energy from one plane to another, and then through the ley line back into the world. That is preserved within this cage.
Oh.
Okay.
This creature has been doing that this whole time.
Can I make
Insight? I want to do that.
Yeah, I know you hate it so much.
Make insight checks. Make insight checks. That's fine.
Without asking a question.
Yeah, that's fine. We've reverted on that, Rob.
Good.
You can let it go. It's
Good.
gone.
Good, I hated it. I rolled a 16.
Mike?
I only rolled an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you genuinely believe that he believes this.
Okay.
Nobody knows anything.
He is not lying to you.
Right.
He's not trying to deceive you. It is his understanding that there is still evocation magic in the world, albeit diminished. And if that were the case, this creature would still have to be converting energy into evocation magic to then give out to the world.
And we have a piece of evocation, right?
No.
Yeah, you guys pried the eye up out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right. That's what I thought.
It is similar enough to other pieces of evocation that or other pieces of magic that you have found that you believe that it is a piece of pure evocation.
Okay.
What color are we?
Red.
Red. Okay.
Just to make sure I understand, the Mind Flayers are like magic conduit converter things?
Yeah, the necromancy converts souls into arcane energy. Arcane energy moves between the Mind Flayers to the other planes of magic, and then it's converted into that kind of magic there.
Oh, that's cool. Do Mind Flayers like exist at, like in between the other planes, like conducting that shit, or is it like
you don't know?
Oh.
We don't know.
You've only ever seen them in the planes of magic, but that doesn't mean that they can't exist other places.
Okay. Baum.
Yes.
If I were to use like a detect thoughts ability on these guys, would it break through your cage, or does that work from the outside too?
I have never tried such a thing, but I suspect that it would stop your spell from working.
Okay. What else can I do?
But Anthony, the back room that we're in, right? It's a back room. It's just like I'm asking if there's any sort of symbols on the ground that would be similar to like how I've closed the plane before. If this is like
as you look around, Baum sort of spots you looking around and is like, he's got like sort of a small twinkle in his eye when he says, "Are you looking for the ley line?"
Yes.
He sort of moves to the edge of the room and he says, "You might want to watch where you're standing." And he sort of pulls a lever and the floor starts to open underneath you and slide to both sides.
And there's a swimming pool.
Kind of. It's a large circular part of the floor in the center that slides to either side.
There's a slide?
No, it slides. The floor slides to either side. And below it is the evocation ley line.
Oh, jeez.
And by the ley line, do you mean the rushing of?
I assume he means the shape.
The shape.
Yeah, the symbol. The
Okay.
large symbol like that previously you guys have cast your ritual on.
Right.
Well, gosh, guys, do you feel like we should just leave
Take it and go back?
Just leave the guy in the cage?
I mean, he's in a... Baum's not leaving here.
Yeah.
Hey, Baum, how long have you...
He's coming with us.
Oh.
Steph
He
took
said he
poor
didn't
notes.
have anything.
I did take 4 notes.
He said he didn't have anything to do there. Because we were going to close the ley line.
If you shut the ley line here, I will no longer need to quell the magic
right.
from coming.
Geppetto puts both hands over his mouth when he realizes that when he remembers that Baum is still here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to speak for you. Oh.
It is quite all right.
Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, something feels really bad.
And I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I feel like it's lucky.
My heart
this
hurts.
is the
No, it's not.
well.
Baum.
I feel like this is the easiest that it's ever been.
Right.
But I also feel like we almost died getting here.
True.
So maybe this is just like some sort of cosmic payoff for, having to stand on trial and, Gillet getting chopped in half.
That was weird. Baum, do you mind if we have like a team huddle, like in a place without, no offense,
Yes, if you would prefer, I can leave you in this room with the creature, or you can head back into the other room and have your discussion.
Cool.
Either is fine with me.
I just want to run something by the group real quick. If I apologize, and I shuffle off to the other room. And I
follow.
Okay. Does anyone?
Asher's alone in the other room. Geppetto's
I
don't know what he wanted, but I'm not interested.
He didn't ask. He just left.
I'm not good with social cues. So it's just all of us now, right?
Yeah.
There's something I don't know about Baum, and I can't put my finger on it. There's something I'm worried about for bringing him back, and I don't know what it is. It's just my gut feeling.
Like maybe he's the magic man in disguise, like last time we followed some religious man.
Some random bullshit. Like he was like, actually, I was trapped in the ley line of evocation. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like something isn't right, and I can't put my finger on it.
I just feel like it's a really good idea to just go home.
Right. I agree. But should we?
There are so many things outside this bubble that are going to kill us in a hot second.
Yeah.
And so we bring him home, and maybe we just have a chat, and we're like, you can be in our like.
Don't do any evil stuff, okay?
Yeah, just like don't be a bad guy. and he'll be happy to come back, and honestly, if we leave and we have the piece of evocation, so if we leave and the Mind Flayer is still here, then what's he gonna do? There are Mind Flayers in all the other ley lines too.
Yeah. No, I know.
So he's in his cage.
I'm just.
We know where he is.
I don't feel like he's in his cage is a good thing.
Same.
Like we learned in necromancy that like these guys are supposed to be here.
Yeah, but we've also killed two of them.
We
didn't. But okay, right. But two of them are dead.
Yeah, but that's their own business. Like we don't have to get involved with that.
But we know we can.
I do feel like we should uninvolve ourselves as much as possible from them.
Yeah, so let's uninvolve ourselves and just go.
Sorry, I was counting Baum's interference as involvement.
Well, then by that logic, you should count the Death Lord's interference as involvement.
Anthony.
No, the Death Lord does what he wants.
Well, so does Baum, apparently.
He does what he wants.
He
is the Death Lord. He does what he wants.
I think we should leave, but here's what I propose. We say, Baum, you can come with us if you let go of the squid monster, the Mind Flayer.
What if we bring him back with us?
Hang on.
No, we're not bringing the Mind Flayer back with us.
Why not? He's in a cage.
Anthony.
That's
even
more
then we
Josh, what's up?
Does anyone remember if I'd used my divine sense?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too.
Did I when I came in?
I think you did.
I did.
I'm fairly certain you did.
Okay.
I asked you to detect whether it smelled terrible or sounded beautiful in here.
That's right. Okay, and did the Mind Flayer send off any bad signals? Like,
you weren't this far back, but nothing specific. You didn't get a whiff of him from the other room. No. Like you were in the room previous. You hadn't come back here yet, so
okay.
You don't know for sure. You did not smell the noxious odor of evil in the other room, though.
I didn't. Okay. Nothing from Baum either.
Correct. I don't actually even think you were in the room with Baum yet, but you didn't smell it.
Interesting. Well, it's only a 60-foot radius, so maybe I wouldn't do that. Okay.
I still appreciate that evil smells like farts. Like, it's just really funny to me.
Yeah.
There's some evil in here.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So, guys.
Yeah, half-orcs never use the ability because they're just like, I don't know.
Was there a question we wanted to ask him that we really weren't sure? You know, he answered truthfully. I have Zone of Truth as a spell, just so you guys know if you want to ask him something.
I think he was being honest about how he thinks the Mind Flayer works. I think he thinks he was being honest. Whether or not he has all the information is another issue. But I don't think he lied to us.
Okay, well, all right. Then if we trust him, then I say, you know.
I don't know what I do, but I don't know why. I can't put it into words why. It's just a gut feeling.
Well, I mean, you should trust your intuition, I think. So, I mean, that's why but group intuition, I think, is a good idea. So
I just wanted to pose this to everyone, and then it's the group's decision. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, we should do a thumbs up vote.
Yeah, I agree. We should do a visual choice.
Yeah.
Maybe eyes and nays would be a better thing from now on.
I think that I decided on thumbs, and I'm sticking with it. It's
all in
working
favor
so
of
far.
voting with thumbs, put a thumbs up.
But say that you're putting your thumb up.
The thumbs have it.
The thumbs are all up.
Okay, so this is so I think this is like a 2-part vote. Okay, so say yes,
a referendum.
If you think that we should, maybe it's just a 1-part vote.
All in favor of.
Say thumbs up if you think that we should do something about the Mind Flayer. And Genevera crosses her arms.
Are you abstaining?
Oh, I'm saying no, but with my body language.
We decided on thumbs. We've changed.
Right.
Thumbs down.
Strike an angry pose if you vote no.
Say yes if you think we should do something about the Mind Flayer.
Asher is super hesitating and doesn't know. He's full gladiator thumb middle. Like
no, it has to be.
All right.
Because I'm very much no. I very much think that we should just go.
Okay, so I have a different question.
Okay.
Hold
does
on,
it involve thumbs?
Where is
It
the
does
cheese?
not. Well, actually, it does.
Can we resolve this one first and then do yours, or is it dependent on?
It's the same question, just on a different angle.
Well, why don't we do this one then, and then we'll do yours.
Okay.
I'm gonna say thumbs down. Because I don't think my problem isn't with the Mind Flayer. It's just the Baum is giving me vibes.
All right. If you guys don't want to,
Gebetto,
I will.
when I was reading about effective group management, I think it's important to make sure that everyone that no one feels pressured to make their decision based on the group. So, like, if this were a blind vote, I want you to make your decision as if you don't know what everyone else is voting.
Genevera, this is a weird question. Have you been talking with that Eric Coker that hangs around Adventure Inc.? He's really good at this kind of stuff.
Oh, the bird guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Geppetto really sheepishly puts a thumbs up.
I recognize and appreciate your commitment to your self or your
Keth speaks, but it is not with Keth's voice. When he says, "What do you want to do with the Mind Flayer?"
Hey, Balance. I assume.
You are correct.
I knew it.
Good job guessing the one voice that's in Keth's head now.
I want it out of the cage.
What do you think that solves?
I don't know. It just feels so fucked up to have him captured. A lack of freedom seems so hard and unjust.
Jennifer raises her hand.
You do not think that the Mind Flayer would be capable of escaping such a holding forever? They have a very long lifespan. Forever is a very long time.
I mean, he hasn't gotten out so far.
Sure.
And magic's been around as long as they have, and if it's a magic thing,
I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion that this field of magic is as much a prison cell for him as that cage is. With Baum gone, it is likely that he would have access to a lot more power than he has currently.
That makes sense to me. I'm sorry, Geppetto.
I have a question.
Yes. If it's for me, if it's for the group.
It's really not, but it's just more for like the world.
Then I won't answer. Oh.
What if we can I guess it's more for Baum, because like what if we can like throw some copper up on this bubble and then let him out of the cage, and then he has free reign of the castle. So then he's freer. He has a whole castle to himself.
I don't think. I feel like you're missing the point of freedom.
Gillick, what was the thing that you wanted to bring up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that was just, to me, it's not so much of a question of freeing the Mind Flayer as it is, do we trust Baum?
That was my question. The Mind Flayer, I feel like, is gonna figure out its own thing. I feel like that'll honestly resolve itself, because once Baum's gone, Baum's power will probably, what Balance said, and I guess the Mind Flayer will be able to like break free, because Baum won't be concentrating on keeping this prison alive.
That is a question I cannot answer for you, if you trust Baum or not.
Right, that was my question. That's why I called this meeting to order.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Baum. I think he's a guy who's been alone for way too long and is kind of weird.
That's a fair point.
And he's got like a bunch of, wrong opinions about what you should do with an enemy. Keeping him locked in a tiny cage feels really fucked up. But I understand, not being able to get outside this bubble, not knowing what to do about it. So,
Balance. What if we take Evocation with us? Do you think the Mind Flayer will still be able to, like, if we freed him from this cage, do you think that the Mind Flayer would be able to bounce like through the ley lines? Because when all of the other, maybe it was abjuration and divination showed up in necromancy, I assume because we took their magic away, so they could just, I don't know if you know how this works. You're just a lot You sound very smart.
If I were to guess, I would suggest that you are probably the foremost expert on the Mind Flayers on all of the material plane.
Ooh.
Oy. Well, shit.
All right, guys. Hey, I want to do an Asher-style impulsive thing, and I want to open the cage for the Mind Flayer at the very last second.
Well, that's what the decision I was coming around to in my mind.
But I wanted to ask the group first, because last time we were all pretty mad at Asher for it, and it would feel really
I felt bad.
hypocritical. It would feel really hypocritical to do that. Would you guys be cool if I unlock the cage?
I'd
Yes.
be okay with it.
Yeah.
I am indifferent.
Balance.
I think that what's the worst thing that can happen? Right?
She did it. She fucked it up.
I mean, we know that there are other Mind Flayers. Before we
Yeah, so what if we just plan on doing that? We, everybody puts their weapons in for the ritual. We get the gate open.
do you want me to do it with a spell instead of you like running?
What do you got that's better than these fingers? And I pull out my
Wink.
thieves' tools
You
real
wink
quick
is what
and
you do.
The
right, roll them around inside over both of my fingers and then wink.
I have
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for ruining the joke before I got to the punchline.
You're welcome.
I have the ability to do it from as we're going through.
What?
Right? Like if I just
Knock?
blow up the cage
Why would?
No!
or the lock. I
Jesus
just blow
Christ,
up
if
the lock,
you
not
blow
the
up
cage,
the
just
cage-
not the cage, just the lock on it. I'm sure I can come up with something to do.
Why don't I just literally unlock the cage using the skills that I have acquired over my time?
You think
instead
about the
of-
cage, guys, and you don't actually recall seeing a lock on the cage. There's no, door on the cage.
Well, it's not made of steel, so does anyone have jet fuel?
Describe the cage.
It's a copper cage.
Sorry,
It's a
how
like
about
a-
that joke?
I'm just worried, Gebetto, that if we are opening the ley line, there is so much time for you to have to run to the cage or jump up. How much space is between the fake floor and the ley line?
Probably about 5 feet. It's not much.
Oh, okay. I was imagining it
Yeah,
was
it's not
like
super
20
deep
feet
in.
down,
Yeah.
and Gebetto would have to jump up and jump back down. And
We can see if
all right,
anybody
so it's
spells. That could help.
closer. I'm just, I am on board for the unlocking plan. I'm giving my thumbs up to this plan.
Right. And
I'm just nervous that there's too much time for something to go terribly wrong.
Wait. Which one of you guys has that invisible butler?
Nope.
Is that anybody here?
who had an invisible... That's...
What?
What?
That was
That's,
the other team.
Is that Max's?
You're right. No, it's unseen servant. I couldn't remember who has unseen servant, but it is.
Oh,
the
can you
hidden
do?
team.
The hidden blubs do.
Yeah,
I do.
the forgotten blubs.
The forgotten blubs.
The unknown blubs.
Womp womp.
Blob
Shit.
Can you use your mage hand?
That cage definitely looks heavier than 10 pounds.
Oh, sure.
If it didn't, for sure.
Um,
Unless it's really
once again-
light copper.
Once again, I really truly believe that with Baum gone, the creature would be able to remove itself from the cage.
I also...
Yeah, balance, but
but you don't know.
You literally just said we're the experts
Yeah.
here, okay?
So that
Fair
means
enough.
we're the experts.
Yeah, but
Hey,
not
can I
everyone.
do
We're the
can I
expert
do
on
like
players.
a metal check?
A what?
Like a So would copper melt, would acid melt copper?
Oh, God.
Would acid melt
yes.
copper?
Yes. The scientist says yes.
It would dissolve.
So why don't I
yes.
just throw a bunch of acid on it
That's an awesome idea.
and melt the cage?
Fuck. All right.
Oh shit. Mike, you tried message, right? It didn't work.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, that's right. All right. Damn it.
I think that melting it, plus it gives us a little bit of like sizzle time.
The best kind of time.
Sizzle time. Time for a sizzle reel. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If there's no lock, we may as well just melt it. Because I just feel it's killing me knowing or thinking of this thing trapped in there forever.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know what you're saying.
All right.
Don't point it at its face, or we should try to tell it, like, back up or something, so it knows we're not trying to kill it. We shoot acid at it.
Well, it can't understand us because of the cage. So.
Right.
Well,
I'll
tell it anyway.
signaling or something, like, hey, move back,
Gillick will like wave his hand to help, push to the back of the cage.
My second question is, do we tell Baum that we're doing this?
I feel like it's better to ask forgiveness than it is permission, right? It's easier, rather.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Just
That's
don't
my-
let me
that's
talk
my
to him
thought.
when we go
Thumbs
back
up
in
on-
there.
Yeah, thumbs up on keeping it secret.
Thumbs up.
A little bit of sneakrets.
Oh boy.
Master of sneakers.
Genevera starts sweating.
Okay, let's go. Wait, so we're
Okay.
bringing him and we're... Okay, yep, okay. Yep.
The five of you walk back into the room. And Baum is sort of standing near the cage, just in like looking at the creature who's staring back at him. As soon as you guys get back in the room, Keth drops to his knees and says, "Master Baum, it is an honor to see you again."
Okay, I feel less bad now. Asher immediately is like, okay, cool. All right. No sneaky evils are about here.
Baum turns and says, "Have again, like as in the moments ago? I'm confused." And Balance sort of stands up and says, "My name is Balance. I met you once when I was a small child before you entered this ley line. That was some 130 years ago now." You see Baum sort of like, he sort of pales a little bit at that. I don't think he knows how long he's been here, and I don't think he expected it to be that long. And Balance says, "You are a great influence on the state of all monastic orders now. Your sacrifice has been incredible. Thank you, and we are in your debt." And Baum says, like, "Yes, of course. You're welcome. I am happy to have this burden lifted from me by these people here." And Balance just turns to look at you guys.
We're so excited for you to meet all our friends.
Totally.
Yeah. So we were gonna do a sneaky thing, and it feels really wrong not to do a sneaky thing. It feels really wrong to do a sneaky thing now.
Okay.
I mean, we.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
So.
Genevera's so confused.
As we leave,
but still sweating.
Yeah, still sweating.
As we leave, we want to release this creature from this cage. Essentially, you know how you just spent 130 years trapped inside essentially a prison? We don't want to wish that on anything, especially not for all we know, maybe eternity. And Gebetto shrugs, big awkward shrug.
Nobody wants that. That's nobody deserves that.
Baum says, okay. If I am not here, I don't care what happens to this creature. I have kept it here so it would not stop me from my purpose, abating the magic that flowed through this ley line. If you close the ley line and no magic flows through anyway, then I have no concern for this creature or what happens to it.
Okie dokie.
Well, that was a
really
productive as shit meeting, guys. I just want to say...
Yeah, I think we talked through a lot of things. I think we made a group decision. I feel like I'm taking Genevera's spot by kind of summarizing what we've done.
Yep.
God, Genevera, this feels really good.
It's also really stressful though, because if there are like a lot of things happening and you miss something and you like forget it because it happened like forever ago, then it feels it's really embarrassing to like say it and then for everyone to be like, no, that's not true.
Yeah.
It was something else.
You have nothing to be embarrassed about.
No, he definitely is coming with us.
No,
Genevera, it sounds like you're talking about something that isn't happening right now, but maybe has happened previously somewhere else.
I hold on to a lot of things. Anyway, we should probably go.
Yeah, let's just go.
Just so you know, what I'm gonna do that I think is the best is I'm going to throw a bunch of acid, but like to melt it like all the way around. I've been doing some target practice, so I've like gotten a lot better at aiming.
While she's explaining, Asher's beginning the ritual.
Great.
Would it be better if I just disabled the cage before we left?
Is it like a slow disable?
I'm
just a little nervous about this thing following us into the ley line. So, my goal was that it would like slowly dissolve the metal, and then like we would like get through, and then it would be like just perfect timing.
You are welcome to do that then. That's fine. Yeah, sounds great. Like I said, I'm fairly indifferent. So if that's your option and what you would like to do, I am fine with it.
What do you think? What do you think, guys?
Sounds great.
Asher's focused, so he doesn't respond.
Asher, what are you thinking about as you start this ritual? Like, what are you trying to use as your focus for this ritual now?
Kind of what I've always done, which is the sand from Ishtara that I have in my pouch that I like sprinkle and think on, and I start thinking of the words that like Baum was using, which are like kind of tempering the power, controlling, easing, and then closing, which is kind of the word I always think of at the end of the ritual.
You start to focus on this ritual as you have now a few times, and as you start to pour that energy into this ritual, nothing happens.
I need that piece of the evocation, guys. Oh, wait. Oh.
Keth has it.
Oh, no. I think I know what's happening. I don't think I can do this ritual with the barrier up. Because we're disconnected from evocation, so I can't... We're in a shell. And
that makes sense. The magic here is quelled, and if you are trying to tap into the magic to shut the ley line, you are only going to receive a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And it may not be enough power to do what you need to do.
Yeah, that's basically what I felt. Oh boy.
Well, okay. Then be prepared. If I drop this barrier, we could face problems.
Okay. Well,
How long does it take to complete the ritual?
The ritual is 1 hour.
Yep.
It has always been 1 hour.
Thank you. Yes, remember when we just talked about not remembering things because of things?
No, that's fine. And we have
Okay.
I've never made it like it's never been a problem.
Okay. No, I'm talking about if we drop the barrier.
Right, it is definitely a problem now.
Yes.
It's never been a problem
Oh,
before.
okay.
I would request that we take a nice night's sleep
So we can prepare.
before we drop this barrier.
I like this idea.
Like I would personally, I'm feeling a little bit. I need like a
Peckish?
Snickers. Yeah. So if we could do that, because we're pretty safe in here right now. I know we took like a little brief rest, but
It seems I have been here for quite some time. I do not think a few more hours will impact me one way or the other. I can hold the barrier.
Cool.
okay.
Let's take a little naparoony, and I'll change my spells around.
Big napparoony.
Big old naparoo. Nappa dappa
'Cause-
doopa doo.
Yeah,
Long resting, I only changed one spell. Everything else is the same.
I just needed all my spells back.
Yeah, that also is fair. Oh, wait, why do we have animal friendship? Fuck that. No. There's no animals here.
Fuck those animal
Fuck
friends.
animal friends.
Fuck friends.
I don't need that prepared.
Ooh, if you could use it for fuck friends, though.
Animal fuck shit.
that. Yes.
Ooh.
Well, we're not going there on this show.
Speak to animals.
He is a druid.
Baby. I'm gonna do all. Okay, yep, I got another spell prepped. That is great. Cool. I'm good.
It's such a great spell.
So good. Fuck.
Great.
You won't even believe it.
Cool.
I guarantee it. You like the way you look.
Okay. We'll move on. Okay. So you guys do your long rest. During this time, Balance and Baum have been chatting back and forth, discussing the order in its current state. And it turns out that Baum is the head of Balance's order. So they have a lot to catch up on.
Makes sense.
And then your long rest is over.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Yeah.
Are you prepared then?
I have a rules question for you, Anthony.
Yes.
While I'm doing the ritual, can I hold up a concentration spell or no? It doesn't change what I do, but it does, but it's not a big deal if it does.
So once the ritual begins and the 1 hour ritual starts,
Yeah.
you do not have to be. Once you have started the ritual, someone else can continue the ritual.
Okay.
So here's what I would say. Can you hold up a concentration spell while you do the ritual? No. While the ritual is happening, someone must spend a full action every round concentrating on the ritual.
Okay.
And it can be anyone. It doesn't have to be a magic.
It can be any of the 5.
Okay. Good to know.
Great.
So, all right. Does change the thing, but that's fine.
Asher has to start the ritual, but other people can carry it through
Sure.
until, it's completion. They can
Hey,
carry it through
Balance.
completion.
Once we start the ritual, would you be able to keep some concentration on it at some point?
Yes, I suppose I could. I could use
What
Keth to do that, but if you would prefer, I can defend people as well. I'm happy to do
Oh
it.
yeah, because you can. Baum, would you be able to, or does it have to be one of the 5 of us?
Baum says, I know nothing of this ritual.
I
I'm
imagine
not-
it has to be one
Okay.
of the 5 of us.
Okay, but as long as it can be.
It can
Balance.
be balanced, yes.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I'm ready to begin the ritual.
Then I shall lower the barrier.
Okay.
You feel this calmness that you've been sort of under here instantly fall away as the barrier recedes. Around you, this sort of serene scene that's been here instantly falls to the smell of ash and brimstone. The sort of the heat of this place has returned in an instant, and you can feel the wild, crackling evocation energy around you. This barrier is gone, and immediately the ley line flares to a bright red below you.
And I begin the ritual with the sand from the desert of Shatara, and I think of the same similar words. I think of tampering, dampening, and then I focus more, and I think about closing as well.
Yeah, you feel the things that you have felt here before start to happen. That magic fills you, and it begins to fill the ley line, and you feel that connection to Dune Song draw onto the blade and down onto the image below. And all of you feel that connection begin to know that it is your part to begin focusing on this. And as the symbol sort of slowly starts to unwrite itself, probably about 15 minutes pass, and there is a loud smash on the ceiling.
Oh boy.
Like glass shattering, like rocks hitting it.
Like something heavy slammed into the rocks of the ceiling, into the stone ceiling. Probably not metallic, but something heavy nonetheless. Another slam, and then another slam, and another slam, and some of the rocks start to like tumble down, like the dirt and broken shards of stone are falling down below you, and Baum sort of steps back and he says, "Prepare yourselves. One more slam." As a long eel-like creature with several tendrils.
Oh, that guy.
Like finds its way down through the entrance. Its large mouth, there are 4 eyes above in a straight line above the mouth.
God.
And they all are peering down through these little beady dark eyes, and it lets out a giant roar. And you see the Mind Flayer raise its arms up as the creature slams down into the room. Everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
3.
7.
I got a 10.
I also got a 10. Unless I get... Why do I feel like I get advantage on... I don't. I got a 10.
Okay. It slams down into the room and starts flailing about wildly. It manages to hit all of you for 10 damage. And knock you back away from the ritual 10 feet.
Oh boy.
The only one still who managed to like dodge the attack and is still holding on to the ritual is Balance.
Great.
I'm going to take half damage on that using the special defense ability Evasion.
Perfect. The tail slashes around wildly, and it slams into the copper cage, smashing it open. And you hear the creature like...
I am free, and I will be your doom.
Roll initiative.
Well,
Genevera looks at Gebetto with like a...
oh, this is awkward.
Yeah, oh shit. It's only a 5. Genevera's gonna think for a long time.
I rolled an 8, so you're gonna go slightly after me. I have a cool team attack idea for you, Genevera, so buckle up and tell me your favorite damage type.
Say snakes.
Yeah.
So, Genevera,
Acid?
you said,
Got it.
Genevera, you said you had a 5?
5.
Okay. And Asher, you said you had an 8?
Yeah, 9.
9. Okay. Gillick, what was yours?
3.
Wee. We're all real slow.
Gebetto, what was yours?
22.
Lightning fast.
I was paying attention. And so immediately as I hear in my head that he's going to be our doom, I try and reach out mentally to him, also out loud, and say, "Wait, no, we were just trying to get out of here and free you. We had a whole plan. I tried to message you about it. I don't know if you heard us. Did you hear it?"
I will not allow you to close this ley line.
Why no? We just want to go home.
Ah, man.
Roll a deception check.
14.
All right. What are you doing, Gebetto? Anything else?
Oh, jeez. Hey, let's see. We'll try it. Listen, I'd like to make a suggestion that you get rid of this eel. How's that sound? Sounds reasonable, right?
Read suggestion to me real quick.
You suggest an action, a sentence or two, and magically influence a visible creature within range that can hear and understand you. If it can't be charmed, it's immune. Suggestion must be worded as to make the course of action sound reasonable. A failed save, and the creature pursues the action described to the best of its ability. And it's up to 8 hours.
So what are you saying to him to make this action sound reasonable?
I don't feel like the eel needs to be here, for us to work this out. It seems superfluous.
Jesus.
Okay. And so it makes a saving throw?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save. The DC is 14.
Yeah, you send the spell out and you watch it sort of like come up against him, but it almost seems like there's a barrier on him that protects him from sort of magical effects. Not fully, but enough that he breaks this suggestion.
Sure.
So now it is Balance. So Balance just says, like, deal with the creatures, I'll handle this, and continues to focus on the ritual this turn. In a future turn, if you want him to do something else, you can tell him to, and he will. This round, he's covering this for you guys.
Okay.
Great.
So the large eel-like creature swings in and makes an attack. Let's see. The creature looks down at Gebetto. And Gebetto, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, jeez. Is it... Wait. I've got a thing for this. Is it... Is it magic?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Then I get advantage.
Okay.
That's what I was asking. That gnomish cunning, baby. Gave me a 21.
21 is enough. Yeah. So you feel like this creature tries to bear down on you with magic and impose its will on you, but you stave it off. You steel yourself against it, and you push the magic away, and the creature just lets out a huge growl. Asher, it's your turn.
Cool. Genevera, are you able to... Who are you going to attack next turn?
I'm gonna attack the eel.
You're gonna attack the eel? Cool. I move my hands in a cool way, as you do, as a druid, and I cast Elemental Bane on the thing, and it is. Does it have to make any saves? Let's see. Let's pull this. Choose one of the following damage types. I'm choosing acid. The target must succeed a Constitution saving throw or be affected by the spell for its duration. So make a Constitution saving throw. DC 15.
Okay. It fails its Constitution saving throw.
So next turn. So it loses the resistance to acid if it had it, and the first time each turn the target is affected by that damage type, it takes an extra 2d6 of that damage type. So you get it is no longer resistant to it and also takes 2d6 extra damage.
Sure.
Boom! I do that.
It's done.
And then I move more close towards balance, and it's also a concentration spell. So.
Okay.
Okay.
After you act, the creature swings its tail at you to try and strike you.
Oh boy.
It misses though. The tail, like, it's got sort of this like sharp slice on its tail, and as it comes in, it slices down across you. But your crystal shield blocks the blow.
Yeah, it does.
Genevera, it's your turn.
Okay, so I am going to. I have enough space to run up to the eel. Yes.
Like in Burning Hands range or something.
Run up and touch it.
Ooh. So the eel flies and is sort of floating in the air. I think you'd have a hard time touching it.
Shit. Oh no, I don't need to. I'm sorry. I'm a dumb idiot.
No, you're not.
I'm a big dumb idiot. I stay right where I am, safe, far away, and I'm gonna cast Vitriolic Sphere.
I was wondering why you were switching to the necromancy spell. I was like, what the fuck?
I was switching to Vampiric Touch, but it was just a
I
dumb...
literally just asked you.
Both of the spells start with V, and I can't read.
Sure. It's like, okay.
That's my favorite damage
No,
type.
just-
Why do you ask?
Okay, so I am going to cast that, and do it. So he needs to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. This is on the eel creature, right?
Yes.
He fails.
Yes. Can I roll the 2d6 extra? Or do you want? No, you roll the meta dice. You do it.
Okay, so 35 plus. Hold on.
2 extra d6.
No, hold on. Charisma. 35 plus. It's the bonus, right? Not my saving throw. Yeah. So 39 plus the extra 2 d6. 7. So 46.
Do you get any bonuses for it being an evocation spell, Anthony?
Yeah, they outside of that barrier, they cast it 2 levels higher.
Oh, but we're inside the barrier?
You are no longer inside the barrier. The barrier is dropped. So your evocation spells cast at 2 levels higher.
So
Oh, Jesus.
So add 2 more d4. Right?
2 levels.
Does that count for my smite?
Is your smite evocation?
So
it's
4 more
necrotic damage
D4.
now, so it's kind of like housey rules.
No, it's not evocation. It's an ability. It's just for
ability.
evocation
Okay.
spells.
Okay, evocation spells. Gotcha.
57 total damage.
Okay.
And next turn when it takes more acid damage, it also takes an additional 2d6 damage.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom,
So
boom.
then as a bonus action, I'm going to retake that 4th level spell slot using my sorcery points.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 6 sorcery points to get that 4th level spell slot back.
Perfect. Baum runs out of the room.
Wait.
Bye.
Where you going?
Goodbye.
He just runs out of the room.
Okay.
Huh.
Gillick, it's your turn.
Excellent. The Mind Flayer has not been damaged yet, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
How far away is he? Or she? It?
We'll save 50 feet.
50 feet. Okay. What is the range on this?
Because you have to go around the outside of the room, so you can't like run over the ley line in the center.
Okay. All right, so I have to run around the room. So it's 50 feet away. All right, so I'm going to use my move action to 25 feet to get closer. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Compelled Duel on the Mind Flayer.
Okay.
Hey adventurers, DM Anthony here again. I just want to remind you that there are lots of ways to support the show. Head on over to patreon.com/adventureinc. Tell your friends about the show. Rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Links and more can be found at adventureinc.podbean.com. Thanks everyone, we'll see you next week.
So that's what I'm imagining, but upside down. So it keeps building out.
Sure.
Sure. That was weird.
That was very weird.
That was weird.
That was very weird.
Warrior.
You
You guys are weird.